Initiating satellite scan.
Be advised, all soldiers on this net, battlefield dispatch is incoming, over.
Satellite coming down in 3, 2, 1.
Hey out there, and welcome back to episode 13 of the ESGN Battlefield Dispatch, thanks to Turtle Beach. We got a special episode for you, a little late due to some computer trouble, and I do still blame you, Destro. But here's some footage from the recent ESGN Turtle Beach Squad Rush League Grand Final, featuring Ascension flatLine's captain, Hackaroo. I had a word to him pretty soon after the fight, to get his thoughts and have a chat about the future. Okay, so yeah, please welcome over Skype Hackaroo from Ascension flatLine, the winners of the final season of the ESGN Squad Rush League. And yeah, first off, mate, congratulations on the win.
Oh, thank you very much.
It was a long, hard season we had there, another 9-week season, and 4 weeks of, I think, 4 weeks of finals. And you guys have made it all the way through to the end to become the grand champions. Are there any shout-outs you'd like to make before we begin? Any thanks or anything like that?
Just pretty much thanks to Ascension just for staying in there. I know we've had a bit of a rough ride since when we first started. Yeah, just a thanks to you for sticking in there and keeping it alive pretty much. Yeah, we ended up working pretty hard, and I mean, we honestly, when we first started playing, I mean, we didn't think that we would get to where we sort of ended up. I mean, a lot of hard work sort of went into it. Yeah, and as you can see, it definitely paid off.
Absolutely, the whole season was essentially me watching you and Fatal Error trade wins. And going, oh, one of them's going to fall, one of them's going to drop a game eventually. And in the end, it had to be actually a game between you and them before either of you dropped an actual game. In the regular season, they were your only defeat, whereas in the finals, you beat them twice, which was, yeah. I mean, you took it 6-0 in the grand final footage, which we'll be having a bit of a look at now. Did you expect that kind of result?
To be completely honest, no, I didn't really expect a result. I did put a lot of work into it, but I actually was surprised at the end result. No, props to Fatal Error. I mean, as you said before, I mean, they definitely showed us before the start of finals, when they 4-2'd us, that we definitely did work in our game and our strats and everything like that. And that was really the wake-up call for the finals. And we pretty much just sort of had to work down and think about, what we were doing right and wrong. And once it got to the grand final, I mean, we had our strats down and we just pretty much just worked through the motions and did what we practiced, and it paid off in the end, and paid off, well, a lot better than I expected anyway. But yeah, no.
I mean, I know you guys did a lot of preparation. Renzik was constantly complaining at me for a scrim, which is fine.
He does that to everybody.
Yeah, I know he does that to everybody. He's done it to me for God knows how long now. But yeah, I mean, you did 6-0, and it was a bit of a disappointment about Zakharov, to be honest.
Yeah, I found that very disappointing. He did make a comment about that afterwards, which he sort of redeemed himself there. Still, I mean, being a grand final, and sort of stick in there a lot longer than
we
that.
all get mad. Yeah, it's a grand final. It's not like a regular season game where you can just grab someone else and go for it. But yeah, I saw you sent him a message in the game footage. Just went, okay. I was watching that on the live stream.
I was just a bit disappointed because, I mean, if one of my boys did that, I wouldn't be very happy.
No.
Yeah, because I mean, it probably, almost would have lost it for him. They had 3 players for, I think it was 1 round and maybe a second round as well. And
actually armed the bomb on you with 3 players at one stage on Armoured Shield, which I was like, they got it.
It's funny you say that. I was talking to my boys, and they can back me up here. I was like, yeah, guys, don't get ahead of yourself. 3v4 on Armoured Shield. I mean, with the amount of experience I've had on Armoured Shield, man, like, all it is you just get run in there and high-fire weapons and anything can happen, really. That's what I was saying. I was like, oh, shit, it actually got bombed down, but we ended up coming back from that bit of a scope. Yeah.
Cleaned it up. So who was on the roster for the evening? I mean, we can see from some of the footage, but who was playing on the roster for the evening? And who else wasn't playing that was still in the team, during the regular
Well, pretty much the grand final team consisted of myself, Corey, Chaos, and Chinny. And the players who didn't play was Renzik and Ricky. Renzik, he ended up actually couldn't playing that weekend, and I actually did not know who to play. It was sort of between Renzik and Chaos, and Ricky. Well, Ricky's pretty much been playing GTA and
everyone else.
Yeah, pretty much like for the solid 3 weeks straight.
Yeah.
And he didn't seem that he was that interested, so I was like, okay, well that narrows it down a bit. And then Renzik, he ended up not making it, so I thought, oh well, that made it a lot easier because I didn't really want to have to let anybody down. If anybody wanted to play, and so it worked out very well in the end, and we ended up all being able to strat as a team. So it did all come together in the end.
Any standouts for the season? Any
standouts?
Any standout players? Anyone that you particularly went, holy crap, you did a marvelous job this season?
Oh, I think everybody did, really. I mean, I can't really single out anybody individually. I think mainly it was just teamwork. I know it's just sometimes whenever we play, Corey just seems to do things that sort of defy Battlefield itself.
It does,
I just sort of just cross my head and go, okay, well, you just went in there and got 3 votes. So I'll just come in and plant the bomb, you know?
Yeah, I'll just sit back here. Don't worry about me. I'm fine. You just go ahead and kill everybody, and we'll just get the rest of the job done.
That's what it feels like most of the time. I just sort of but nah, the good thing about the team is obviously not everybody can play a blinder every round or game.
No.
And everybody has their individual moments throughout the game, which gets us through pretty much.
But I mean, you're all slayers. You're all regarded in the community as top-notch slayers. If you come across you guys in Metro, you just try and keep your head down and bullets to come into your guts. Within any given final, in any given game, generally have one standout, but sometimes you just have blinders, and sometimes you just sort of support the guy who's having blinder, and just have to sort of be there when the blinder gets killed by the 4th guy instead of the 3rd guy. But okay, excellent. Yeah, favourite weapon. Yeah, that's the other question I've been meaning to ask is what was your favourite weapon through the season? Because we didn't have the AN, of course, and we did have some other major changes in the squad rush rules. We have no kill cam and friendly fire. Did you gravitate directly towards something? I noticed you using the AEK, but did you gravitate straight to that and go, yep, this is what I'm going to be using? Or
well, mainly it was the M16 that I generally preferred, but a lot of the maps that were selected were fairly close quarter maps, and definitely would be more of a better choice to go with a more high fire weapon such as the AEK, and it definitely works out better. I mean, especially with most fours games are decided in and around MCOMs, and I mean, if you don't have that high fire rate gun, most of the time you're going to lose that gunfight. So for me, it was more of a distinctive choice in terms of what the maps were. But I know for someone like Chinny, he just straight out prefers the M16 a lot of the time, no matter what map it is. Yeah, generally everybody else were a mix between M16s and AEKs.
No KH loving? No
Chaos loves it.
I know Chaos loves it, but not from the rest of you. So you all sort of went, not really burst fire.
Oh yeah, I'll pull it out if we need it for anything. Generally, if there's any long range things, Chinny might pull out a sniper or something like that, and we do have Chaos in the team. He's got a really good KH shot, so
he does.
Most of the time, our gameplay and the way we play is more developed towards them coming to us, and so we'll try and beat them in close quarters, that sort of situation. So generally, with Chaos playing, we'll generally stick him up in a sort of position where you can pick people off at long range, and that's pretty much how it works.
Yeah, it's sort of an assault recon who'll sort of push forward and be able to lay down fire, but we'll be getting slightly more precision shots rather than, opening up into someone's guts 3 meters from an MCOM inside a small building.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. That's what I mean, but that generally what works most of the time. Yeah, we'll be all sort of around the bomb, and Chaos will be sort of a little bit backward to the right and just suppressing and killing and making things a lot easier.
Okay, are you planning to compete in BF4? Because it's just around the corner, and we'll be having a new game type, namely defuse, and probably some other exciting parts in Conquest, and there's obliteration mode that's come out. I don't know whether that'll work for competition, but it'll certainly be there. Are you and your Grand Champion team looking forward to the next game type, or not quite sure yet?
Well, we're not sure 100% on who's actually going to be moving over to the next platform yet. I know, myself and fair few of the guys are going to be probably starting on the PC rather than the Xbox One. And really, it'll all depend on how big the competitive scene. Obviously, I enjoy Xbox more than PC just because of the community. It's a lot easier, a lot more simple, and that's what I'm used to pretty much, and I'm not really the best on computer. But I mean, we will have a team, I'd say, not that many people. I mean, we won't be firing out the gate straight away. We'll probably take us a time for everybody to pick it up.
And we'll have new players coming into the community, and we'll have old ones leaving, and we'll have guys who've come back from a couple of games break or something like that, and everyone will shake out and work out where they're supposed to be going and what they're supposed to be doing and who they'd like to play with. And I suppose we're not very far away from the game launch itself.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. Yeah.
But we are quite a bit away from Xbox One and PS4 launch. Are you going to be getting either of those platforms, or are you still just looking at PC?
Well, I'll probably be getting an Xbox One, probably not straight after the release or on the release. I'll probably wait a bit, and just see, because going from what everybody else has been saying, feeling I don't see well, it could do it if the comp scene kicks off, straight away, day one, we kick off a comp or whatever. But I'll probably wait a little bit, and like I said before, not all of our team are going to be getting it straight away, and
No.
a lot of the guys have said to me that they'll be waiting a few months. We will be around, definitely, but probably not right at the start.
Well, we'll just have to see how that all shakes out as the next month rolls around. We are basically a month away from launch date. We'll just have to see what the Xbox One and the various other titles are like, and whether the community gets together and goes, "Yay, Defuse is awesome!" or all jumps on Obliteration or whatever. It was a bit of a shock to find out there wouldn't be a Squad Rush, but I can understand where they're coming from with Defuse. It's pretty popular as a game type in Call of Duty, and
So
it's been around in other
is it
things.
Search and Destroy, or is that what it is?
Essential. Well, I mean, the information we've had so far is that it'll essentially be Search and Destroy. But
Oh, yeah.
to be fair, we haven't actually seen it yet, so we don't
Yeah, true.
actually know. We'll find out in about 9 or 10 days when the actual game launches for PC, and we'll have some more information on the dispatch for that as it comes up. Well, thank you very much again, and congratulations again to you and all of the Team Ascension flatline. You did a brilliant season and took it out, and you can now righteously call yourself the grand champions of Squad Rush.
Yeah.
Thanks to Turtle Beach, there will be a prize that will be arranged with you, hopefully very promptly, and we will go from there. But yeah, thank you again, Hackaroo. I really appreciate it.
I just also quickly like to say just a great thank you for ESGN admins for organising the Force Comp, and like you yourself did a really great job in keeping it all running smoothly, and a lot of the guys had a pretty good time. Thanks to Fatal Error and for a great finals, and also just every other team who made well, at least the last season of Battlefield 3 or Infantry or 4v4, if you'd like to say, really fun and enjoyable, especially for our boys. Australia is one of the only countries still running comps, so I'm really glad that I'm in Australia, not anywhere else, to be honest.
And we'll certainly be looking to bounce off a 4 as soon as is possible. But yeah, excellent. Thank you very much for that.
You're right, mate.
Yeah, we'll see you around. And I also almost forgot to mention, you've got some new videos that you've been working on. You've got the Hackers Infantry tips.
Yeah, it was something I was thinking about at the start, and I had a few guys asking me how I play, and I was just trying to show as best as possible, but I was going to sort of keep it going, but considering Battlefield 4 is soon, I might thought I would start remaking them for Battlefield 4, because
Yeah.
I mean, Battlefield, a lot of the ones on Battlefield 3 are pretty much irrelevant now. I mean, there's a lot of little things I would like to show people, but, it's kind of pointless now. There'll be new stuff for Battlefield 4 anyway.
We'll still be seeing stuff on your YouTube channel, I'm sure.
Oh, definitely.
And your YouTube channel is Hackaroo, Hackaroo. And you can also probably find a link very easily through the forums at esgn.com.au. And yeah, keep putting up various videos. We've had a look at all of those over time. You've put up some grand finals of... What have we got in here? We've got grand finals for 4v4. You've got some Conquest in here, haven't you? Yes, you
Yeah,
do.
Conquest and 6v6, but I'll also be releasing my montage, which
Ooh.
if Freed can finally get around to it, might finish it and be able to share it with you guys, because it's been a pretty long project.
He's too busy pumping iron, bruh. He's got no time for these things. But no, I'll well and truly look forward to that. You doing something insane with an LMG on Metro. Just wandering around and killing everyone, some people twice. They've respawned again. They've just walked straight back down. Oh my! But yeah, no, we look forward to that, and we'll look forward to seeing that, and we'll see you around the community as well. So yeah, thank you very much for your time, Hackaroo, and congratulations again to all of the team.
Thanks, mate.
Many thanks again must go out to Hackaroo and Ascension Flatline, your champion Squad Rush team, and to Cheney and Fatal Error as the runners-up, and to all the participants of the league over the last 2 seasons. We'll be looking at Battlefield 4 as well very soon. Most of us are waiting for the Xbox One or PS4 versions of the game, but many have bitten the bullet and decided to get a PC version for the interval. There's even rumours that some have bought it on the current gen consoles, but I'm not entirely convinced by those. Until next week, please check out the forums on esgn.com.au to see and vote in the Battlefield Community Awards. Some interesting nominations came out of the process, and we hope that everyone takes it in the light that it's intended. It's been good to see some robust debate about who were the best comp pilots, infantry, tankers, etc. for the game in Australia, along with pub categories like the Scorpion Medal for Worst Exploiter and the #1 AU Everything, aka Death Cobra Badge, for the Most Overrated. Please go and vote now, because polling closes for the Battlefield Community Awards on the 10th of November. Anyway, this has gone on for long enough. Much more to come from me and the others at ESGN, and maybe even elsewhere, very soon. This is Old Man Orchie signing off for the ESGN Battlefield Dispatch, and while I might not have a tank anymore, Flyboys should remember that I don't need one.